On this week's episode, Sony continues to make staff changes. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 83 of One Up Me, where we one up your nose. I said the news really weird. My name is Ryan Smith, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Jordan Sims. How you doing?
Good. I'm very full of food. I think I ate a little bit too much, and I'm a little sleepy from it. But
Oh,
that's
really?
okay.
Sometimes, I find it's a really fine line for me. Sometimes I eat, and it gives me energy, right?
I think it's all the bread.
But bread, yeah, well, bread gives you energy too. See, so but if I eat a certain amount, it's I get sleepy. It's kind of like if you drink the right amount, you feel good, but if you drink too much, you feel depressed or bad. You know,
Yeah.
it's similar, I guess, to that effect. But I'm glad we ate that pizza though. It was good.
It was good. It was a good deal too. Thank you, honey, for the deal on the pizza. No,
Not a sponsor.
They're not a sponsor. I just had it installed on Firefox. So, yeah, it's been a good week though. Had a couple days off. I still have a job. I mean, at least now.
As far as you know.
As far as I know, I still have a job.
You had a 3-day weekend. That was nice.
Which was really weird. But
What holiday was it today?
Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah. I should probably know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have any... I guess I do have some veterans. Never mind. I do. I have veteran... My first cousin is a veteran.
There you
Never
go.
mind. I'm dumb.
And thank all of y'all that have served and will serve. We appreciate your diligent service.
But did you have a good weekend?
It was a good weekend, you know?
I mean, we live in the same house. I guess I should know that.
Yeah. It was.
I don't know, man. You could be hiding some deep, dark secret. Just stay in your room all day.
Yeah. That. I don't know why I was like, oh man, that's kind of heavy. I did play a lot of heavy games this week as far as stories and such, but we'll get into that after our weeaboo moment.
Oh, yeah. You didn't go play your card games last week, so you didn't have a story for us.
Nope. This week I got fourth with my Zoids, which is always nice. It's not actually Zoids.
But it's not actually Zoids.
I wish. There is a Metabot collab coming to Buddy Fight, which is kind of cool. I'm going to get into.
You don't play Buddy Fight.
I do play Buddy Fight casually, but I will be getting the Metabot crossover thing that's going to happen. So yes, I will start playing Buddy Fight because there's going to be Metabots, and I love Metabots.
You have a problem, sir.
I 100% agree with you. And everyone else knows I have a problem too. For those of you that don't know, hi, my name is Jordan Sims, and I'm a cardboard addict.
I think shopaholic would be a better term.
No. I'm a shopaholic.
There we go. He said it. I almost said thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything interesting? What place did you get? How well did you do?
I got fourth place.
I thought you were Mr. 3.
I know.
From One Piece, Mr. 3, the weird wax guy.
I don't know who he is.
That's not Mr. 3, I don't think. Okay, so I looked it up. That's right, we cut so I could look up a One Piece fact. And I was right. Yeah, it is Mr. 3. I love One Piece. But you didn't watch One Piece this week. You finally broke and you decided to watch 6 seasons of The Office in 1 week.
Yeah, probably. It feels that short of a time. I think it's actually been probably about like a week and a half or 2 weeks.
Man, you would not watch that.
No.
I asked you 10 times.
No, for years people have asked me to watch it. But Ryan was the most persistent, and he won.
I broke him.
He did.
Like you break a animal or something.
I hated Dwight so much.
You really did. You hated him more than
Yes.
the Holocaust victims hate Hitler.
That's 100% true, yes. I hated whatever his actor's name is. I hated that character.
Rainn Wilson?
Sure. I hated him so much. Like, it would physically make me sick sometimes, how much I hated that man.
I know, man. I could hear you talking to the TV.
Yeah.
They can't hear you.
I know.
They can't hear you. I don't know how many times I have to tell you they can't hear you.
No, they're not real. But now
Do you yell at the theater in the
No, I'm not a madman.
You're not an animal.
I'll yell at the TV in my own house.
Okay, good. Like a civilized person.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm not going to go into
that makes sense.
the wild and just start yelling at people.
Good. As long as you don't do that, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess you're not hurting anybody except for me. But
Yeah, you can put headphones on.
I'll close my door and go watch One Piece.
So, but yeah.
I guess you've been enjoying it if you've already watched 6 seasons, or you're in the 6th season.
I am on season 6, episode 1, with about 15 minutes left. Yes.
You didn't finish it?
No, I had something more important to do.
Okay. I can't imagine what. I was gonna say I haven't been watching The Office, but I kind of have, because since you're watching it so often, I'll come in here and watch a couple episodes with you. I've only seen the show, 10 or 15 times, so.
It's a dangerous show. I find myself like, oh, okay, just one more episode, and then I've been like, oh, it's 3 hours later.
Yeah, I love that show so much.
It's easy just to get lost in the show.
I've been also listening to Office Ladies, which is a podcast about The Office. I believe they're doing a rewatch of every episode, and they're talking about it. It's got Jenna Fisher, who plays Pam, and it's got Angela. I can't think of her last name, but she plays Angela. They talk about they've talked about, let's see, they're on episode 4, which is The Alliance, and they have Phil Shea. I'm not sure who he plays. Some episodes they'll have different characters or different actors that played certain characters. They had Rainn Wilson on, so
I hope they have Hank on.
I don't know. Maybe they have Hank, the security guard, one day. That would be a deep cut. But I mean, they have a long time. They have a long way to go. So if they have different the guests, they could get to him eventually.
That's true.
You did anything else besides watching The Office and Weeaboo?
No, Office, Weeaboo, anime, video games.
We tried to watch the Rick and Morty, the new episode of Rick and Morty. I was actually kind of reminded of it because there is a Death Stranding Rick and Morty ad. It's just an ad. It's actually pretty funny. I'd go check it out. I forgot. The new episode of Rick and Morty came out, but we couldn't get to play on the Hulu because it's not on Hulu. So we went to, I want to say Comedy Central again. We went to the Adult Swim. Adult Swim.
Yeah.
I should just think. Comedy Central has good shows. Adult Swim doesn't. And the channel that doesn't have good shows is what Rick and Morty's on.
That's right.
Well, it's the only good show that they've ever had.
You could have left it by saying Rick and Morty's a bad show. It's okay.
I like Rick and Morty.
You'd only offend.
I guess
99%
you know what,
of the
Robot
population.
Chicken's okay.
Robot Chicken's okay. Yeah.
But anyway, we couldn't get it to work on it. Nope, it wasn't on Hulu, so we used the Adult Swim website. Right, you didn't use the app.
Nope, didn't use the app. Maybe it'd work better if we used it. We'll try that after the show. Maybe.
Yeah, there was like a cast button, but it wouldn't work. So we used this mirror function that Android phones have, and it worked okay. But then we had ordered pizza, and they kind of came during the middle of the episode, so we just decided, we would just watch it later. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to Hulu. I know some shows come to Hulu later. One of my favorite shows is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but I don't have cable, so I have to wait until it comes to Hulu. And if I remember correctly, I think it's a year after that show comes out until it comes to Hulu, which sucks so much. I love that show, and I have to wait so long for the new season.
I'll just have to watch all the Rick and Morty on Adult Swim because it's there at 30 minutes or an hour after it's on cable.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Because, I'm not going to pay for cable, because why?
No.
There's no reason to.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing I really miss about cable is I do watch some sports sometimes, but I guess I could go to Buffalo Wild Wings or, I don't know. I think Amazon Prime might have some sports.
I think they got some kind of sprinkles with ESPN or something.
I don't know, but I guess if I miss it that much, I just pay for cable, so I guess I don't miss it that much. But what have you been playing, video game-wise?
Randomly, before I went to work the other morning, I played some Mortal Kombat 11. Just the story, nothing fancy.
Win?
I did. I won. I'm on Chapter 5 now.
So you didn't win.
Well, I mean,
I'm
technically no, but
no, you won. You just didn't beat it.
Correct. Yeah, I think there's 9 or 10. Actually, I don't know how many chapters there are, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
That's good.
I think I'm gonna do a little bit of story.
Did you use your Fire Stick?
No, it's still plugged up, but it would have had to been like this whole workaround with a big, huge thing, and it wouldn't have been that hard.
It doesn't just work? It doesn't just...
No, it works. I just didn't want to pick it up because I knew I was getting ready to walk out.
You didn't want to pick it up. I got you.
Like, I knew I was getting ready to leave for work, and,
So you didn't play that much?
No, I think it was like 3 or 4 fights, and then It was off
Okay.
to work, and it just so happened that those 3 or 4 fights led to chapter 5. So
I got you. What else? You got a couple of more things on this list here.
I went to an after party. That was kind of fun.
Did you? That's for the people who made Oxenfree, right?
Mm-hmm. It is.
You like it?
Yes, I did enjoy the game. It is much shorter than I thought it would be.
You already beat it, or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
It didn't even. It took me a day to beat it. That's just
Right.
because I was pausing and doing different things, different between running around the map and different stuff like that. But essentially, it's kind of think of it like a light novel, essentially, a light novel with choices.
It's an adventure game, right? That's
Yeah.
how I would refer to it.
That's an easier way to
Like
describe
kind of like
it.
an old school adventure game where
Yeah.
like some light puzzling, some kind of choice based things.
I'd say it's honestly just choice. There's really no puzzles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's just select.
Like The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Telltales.
Yeah, I'd say it's
Okay, yeah. So it's I would call those adventure games.
so. Yeah, it's the premise is 2 children get put in hell and
Well, not children. They're
they're adults.
right?
They just graduated from college. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
That's way less grim than
yeah.
like 5-year-olds. Burn.
It is hilarious.
But you're supposed to drink your way out of hell? Is that the premise?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. If you can beat Satan in a drinking game, you get out of hell.
That's funny.
And so
I do not envy that.
no, it is not easy. So it's funny because it pokes at itself and it knows it's a game. And like some of the choices, they're like, oh, they picked this choice. Well, shit, I guess they're gonna pick the other one during their second playthrough. And the character goes, what? And it's like, oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. They'll figure it out.
That's funny.
And so it's just little back and forth like that. So we'll say I enjoyed it, but it's definitely something I don't think I'm going to go back and play anytime soon.
I never replay games, so I can't blame you.
It was a good story, though. Really liked the art, really like the musical background choices of it. And it's mechanically, I like what they did, because based on what drink you drink is how like loopy the screen gets, because it's a game about alcohol, so there's different drinks, and different drinks give you different speaking options, so different little dialogue cues you can do. So like one that you drink, it'll make you talk like a pirate, and all your dialogue with the characters in that scene will be pirate stuff.
That's funny. That's really funny.
And so it's actually a really cool story now that I'm running it back over in my head. So check out After Party if you would, if you enjoy indie games or just want, something different. That is actually pretty funny. The last game that I played that's off the wall is Long Day Is Gone. I finished chapter 3 of that, and now I'm waiting on chapter 4. Essentially,
is the game not fully out? Is it?
Nope.
So it's releasing in chapters like The Walking Dead? Okay.
Yep. This is a rich story. Essentially, it's pretty much...
So what?
It's a rich story. Like, there's a lot of details and depth to the story.
Oh, okay.
It's a story about how language barriers and war and different stuff like that affect people's real lives. It's kind of set in like now times, and so it's really
modern day.
That's the word I'm looking for, is modern day. Yeah. So I really enjoyed that last chapter or the most recent chapter of that. Hopefully they'll release chapter 4 soon, and I can.
When did they release chapter 3?
I can't honestly remember. Probably September.
Oh, that wasn't that long ago.
So, yeah, maybe yeah, I think September. So it was a good chapter though. Had to bust up some people that were running a casino that was doing children's slavery.
Child slavery.
That's the polite way of saying that.
Okay.
So
it's okay. Interesting.
there's a lot of it. This chapter was definitely deeper than the last. It was kind of just like, here, help this person, and then it's really cool to see how they intertwine. That's the word I'm looking for.
That works.
The party, because each little bit you get different people from different walks of life being in your party, and one of your party members that's been with you for a little bit used to work at this casino, and it turns out that she had some stuff happen, and yada yada. So you gotta confront that past of hers, and it's actually
Long Day Is Gone.
That's right. And then I played earlier in the week, or I guess later in the week, yeah, some Modern Warfare crossplay with my friend on Xbox. That was really fun. Took a little bit to get the voice chat to work, but after a while we got it ironed out, and that was fun. And I guess the cheaper way for me to spend time with my friends would just be calling them or texting them, but
That's not really spending time with them.
I know that's true. But
You gotta play Fortnite, man. That's the cheapest way. Yeah! Gotta play some Fortnite.
No, thank you.
Yeah, Rick and Morty!
Oh, gosh. You heard it here first on One Up Me. Rick and Morty crossover coming to Fortnite. Called it. Yeah, you feel good about that choice?
About what?
Didn't think so. Being clairvoyant about Rick and Morty Fortnite crossover.
Yeah, oh yeah, confirmed, definitely. And then Half-Life 3 will come out right after that. Have you played the campaign at all?
No, it won't work correctly. But granted,
Wait, when did you try?
I haven't tried it since that 12 gig update came out.
Okay, I need to play. I played a while and then it wouldn't let me play. But then the last time I tried to play multiplayer, it did work. So maybe the campaign will work. Is that all you played this week?
That's all I can remember. Oh, Destiny 2, obviously.
Yeah, we finished all the campaigns from the base Destiny 2.
For the main.
So until Jordan already has the first expansion.
Forsaken?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
I think it's Forsaken.
Who knows?
But I need to buy it and then we can play that. But of course we can still play strikes and raids and multiplayer. But as far as campaigns go, I'm probably gonna try to pick that up when the Steam has their next sale, which will probably be really soon. There's an entire website dedicated to Steam's sales I found the other day.
Oh yeah, it's pretty sweet. There's also a Reddit page that'll send you notifications every time there's a price drop.
Oh yeah, I have if this and that the app, and I have it connected to that Reddit page.
Oh,
it's
nice.
never anything good though.
No,
and it's like one. It sends you like free codes and stuff, but it's like one code for some game no one cares about.
Yeah, it's like thanks, but I don't care about this.
Yeah, but you never know.
True.
So what I've been playing, the only game of note, is Luigi's Mansion 3. I really, really like it. It's probably the best Luigi's Mansion. And I don't think it does... I mean, none of the games are scary, but I think that I played the first one maybe 2 or 3 years ago for the umpteenth time, and I do feel like it has a little bit more quote-unquote horror atmosphere. But
I don't care what you say.
I
Luigi,
really enjoy this.
Luigi is scary.
Luigi's not scary. Everything else is scary.
Luigi.
Oh, Luigi is yeah. To be fair, Luigi is the scariest thing, in the world. But he's on your side, so. I will say I did not play the first one. Sorry, the second one, or at least I didn't play it very much. I couldn't really get into it. One of my favorite parts about the game is the personality of the boss ghosts, and I really didn't think the second one's ghosts. And to be fair, I didn't get that far in, but I just didn't think it had nearly as much personality. Plus, it's on a smaller screen. And what's up? You got like a look.
Is there one? Are you talking about the one? Is the second one on the 3DS or
yes?
DS? Oh, I wanted to make sure I wasn't imagining that. Okay.
And then they re-released the first one on the 3DS. Last year, I want to say.
That's what it was.
Although I haven't heard great things about that. Either way, this game is great. I will say it does take some time to get used to the controls. They're kind of tankish, and then you also have motion controls on top of that, which you can turn off. But I kind of wish those were kind of off in the beginning, or it gave you the option, like a pop-up. Yeah. As soon as you turn on the game or something, do you want motion controls? Because nobody wants motion controls. Although they're not terrible in this game, I will say. What's up?
I want motion controls.
I also think that this game looks really nice. Everyone talks about how God of War or like how nobody wants motion controls.
Nobody cares. I will say, as someone that I could give two rat butts about Luigi's Mansion. Because I think Luigi is a trash character, but that's beside the point. I like the way this game looks. It's pretty.
You say that's besides the point?
Mm-hmm.
It's beside.
That's what I said.
Okay. I thank you for ruining my Luigi's Mansion review here.
You're welcome.
It is very pretty. Everyone talks about how pretty God of War and Red Dead are, and they are. They're very pretty. But not every game needs to be this hyper realistic, color accurate, super serious game. And that's one thing that I love about Nintendo. They really just know how to get the best out of their games, visually. I don't know who was what.
No, nothing. I'm smiling because I'm thinking about how pretty some of Nintendo's games are, and it makes me happy. I know it looks creepy, but yeah.
Okay, but yeah, this game looks great. Obviously, Odyssey looks great. Pretty much every game every first party Nintendo game is gonna look great. The music is great. Like Jordan said, Luigi is terrifying. And also the boss battles. This is basically, I heard someone call this a puzzle game / boss battle, and that kind of is what the game is. Every floor has at least one boss. They're super like cartoony, like the first one, which I love. The rooms have so much character in them. They have insane themes. Like the further you go up the hotel, the kind of more insanity ensues as far as the rooms. What's up?
Luigi's Mansion is like Shadow of the Colossus.
What do you mean?
Yeah, so Shadow of the Colossus, you start out and there's like a basic kind of boss, and as it gets...
No, the bosses don't get crazier necessarily.
Okay.
But the room, like the venues, the
Gotcha.
floors
Okay.
is what gets so insane. You kind of start off like a normal hotel room, and then as you go up, you get... I mean, I don't want to spoil anything because that's one of the best parts.
It gets spookier.
No. I mean, like, insane. There's spoilers for one of the rooms for the next 10 seconds, but one of the floors. There's an entire floor that's the pyramids of Egypt. You walk into the room, and it's just the pyramids of Egypt.
Oh, that makes so much more sense. I was like, man, Luigi's just ghost busting things all over the world, and I honestly forgot that you were in a hotel, but that makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. So okay. It's complete insanity, and I love it. You fight all kinds of
That sounds fun.
different bosses. There's knights, and there's you fight a cat. And there's this one boss that you can kind of... It's not really a boss fight, which is kind of interesting. It's you kind of go about beating a level in a more roundabout way, which is kind of interesting. I don't want to spoil it. Very, very good game. Music is good. I do wish it was a little kind of spookier, but it does kind of retain some of the spookiness of the first one and the second one. I think the second one is also scarier than this, but none of them are scary. You know, I think it's a fantastic game. I'm almost done with it. I think I have 3, maybe 4 floors left, and I'm assuming I'm gonna fight the boss, whoever the last boss is on the final floor, and then I'll figure out what tier mansion I get, because at the end of every Luigi's Mansion game... Have you ever played Luigi's Mansion?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so the premise, I guess I should have asked, but you go, for whatever reason, you get invited to, or you win a mansion, or in this case, a hotel, and then you get to this place, and kind of chaos ensues. It turns out someone who invited you was actually some unscrupulous party, and you have to, someone gets kidnapped or something like that, and everything kind of goes haywire, and it involves ghosts, so you have to go through, save somebody or whatever, capture a bunch of ghosts, and then at the very end, after you beat the final boss, along the way, you're collecting coins and diamonds and gems and cash, and at the very end, you use that, and the more money you have collected at the end, the better your mansion, or in this case your hotel, will be. You can kind of upgrade it. It's kind of like a completionist thing, I guess. But in this game, and I think the second one too, maybe, you can kind of get you can't really get upgrades, but you can buy a few things with the money instead of just using it to get yourself a better mansion. But I guess that's still kind of the main, because you can only buy 3 things, I think, in this entire game. So the main thing that that the money is used for is still upgrading your hotel.
Pimping your crib.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I'm super liking it. I think I'll probably have it beat by the end of tomorrow. And, yeah, I guess we'll see what kind of mansion I get.
There you go. Living the man in the high castle.
I need to watch that show.
I've heard it's good.
I accidentally watched season 2 before season 1.
That's right.
I was real
That's how we had this
confused.
conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really confused.
I watched the first couple episodes and I was like, man, this show's deep.
We should have talked about this in the Weeaboo moment, but according to oh my gosh, Destructoid, Square Enix is looking to make a new IP as the resident Weeaboo, Jordan. What are your thoughts on the Japanese video games?
Square Enix can do anything they want, and they're guaranteed to make at least a little bit of money. So I think they're going in the step in the right direction.
According to this article, it's going to be some kind of an action game experience. I don't know what that means.
You know, you never really know with Square Enix. They can go from one end of the spectrum to the other.
But this is one of Square Enix's biggest, or their core teams. It's people who made Kingdom Hearts 3 and the upcoming Final Fantasy 7 remake. So this is not the B team. It sounds kind of like Nintendo's kind of core team that makes the Mario games. So I'm interested to see what they come out with. Maybe it's Final Fantasy. Well, no, it wouldn't be Final Fantasy 16 because it's going to be a new IP.
I think it's just going to be Kingdom Hearts IP. They're just going to call it Kingdom Hearts, and they're just going to keep making Kingdom Hearts games.
But it's a new IP.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I said it couldn't be Final Fantasy 16.
That's right. That's interesting.
We also have, I guess, some kind of sad news. Not really, though. Over on Games Radar, we have found out that it looks like the Call of Duty Modern Warfare Battle Pass, which they announced will be coming in lieu of loot boxes and stuff, is going to be delayed just a little bit into December. So I guess if you want to get your $10 GameStop coupons, you can go throw Call of Duty a Battle Pass. Or you can get a Battle Pass from Call of Duty.
That's funny because the mobile one has its Battle Pass out right now. I think it had it at release. And the big old boy Modern Warfare can't get its Battle Pass?
Well, it's a little more complicated than a mobile phone.
It is crossover and yada yada. So
yeah. Plus, they probably really want to make this get it right because they're kind of touting that, like, this is free to play. You know what I mean? On your phone. So that's the only way to get. That's the only way for them to monetize it. But you already paid $60 for this, and they're touting, this is there's no loot boxes and there's no pay to win mechanics. This is their big thing. It's going to be a battle pass, so they want to get it right. They don't want to mess it up because they know, people yell on the internet.
People lose their minds.
Yes, people lose their gosh darn minds.
And gamers are entitled.
Yeah, and gamers especially are known to get a little riled up over things that might not matter as much. But something that matters to a lot of people seems to have been teased for, I don't know, the 1000th time. PC Gamer reports Ubisoft España, which is Ubisoft's Spanish Twitter, I guess.
Spain.
I'm sorry. No, it'd be Spanish. Their Spanish Twitter account.
Oh, it makes more sense.
It wouldn't be their Spain Twitter. I guess it might also work.
Maybe.
But yeah.
It's in Spanish.
I did.
Yes.
But they tweeted out a picture of Sam Fisher, which according to PC Gamer, and they used Google Translate, so it might be a little... But I mean, I think Google Translate does okay with Spanish.
It's getting better.
It's not like Japanese, it's the same... It's a very similar alphabet, so...
True.
It is. So they say, it says, quote, "You need to understand the darkness in order to face it," end quote. Which, I almost actually said exactly what PC Gamer said. That sounds pretty Splinter Cell-y to me. And then they say hashtag Splinter Cell, or I'm sorry, hashtag Sam Fisher right after that. of course, what is it? A few months ago, GameStop had a new product. I think it was his goggles, and it literally said a new Splinter Cell was coming, but they of course deleted that.
Yeah, it's coming. The new Splinter Cell's coming.
I mean, that has to, right?
What are they doing? Like, where are they making their money?
I think it's been they're making their money with Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs and Far Cry and
Assassin's Creed got pushed back. I mean, I guess they are making. They do have some good
Rainbow
cosmetic.
Six Siege.
Oh, that's true.
For Honor.
They're fine.
They're a billion-dollar company.
They're fine.
But that being said, they did just push back 5 games to next year or further. Mm-hmm. So they're fine. But I mean,
I'd like a new Splinter Cell.
I could see Splinter Cell being one of those games that got pushed to next gen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think the last Splinter Cell was on PS3 and Xbox 360, wasn't it?
Yes, I had to think about it. Was it? Yeah.
It definitely wasn't. There was no Splinter Cell on this generation. Yeah, definitely not.
Was there one on the Vita, though?
I don't know, but that doesn't matter.
Good point. But yeah.
I'm talking about console. Like there was,
okay. Then,
I don't think there was one for Vita.
Then no. The last one was on PS3.
I appreciate you trying to set up the segue, though. There has been a leak of a game cartridge patent, and many are kind of speculating what this could be. Thank you to Tech Radar for this story. And some people are thinking, it could be a successor to the Vita, because I think the Vita is the only game that I know, or the only console that I know by Sony that incorporates cartridges.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because the PSP Go used UMDs.
Well, the PSP in general used UMDs, which are they're the worst, and they're so horrible.
It's like use it once and you take it out and it's immediately split in half.
Yeah, I hate it.
It is.
Holy crap.
Man.
Just take a tiny CD-ROM and put it in a
plastic
two
case.
Freaking Pringle can toppers.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much a UMD.
I went to a retro store, I guess that's what you would call it. A hoarder's paradise, where they have DVDs and retro games, and they had UMDs, and they were selling them for $10 and $15 a piece. And I was like,
holy.
They're like, oh, it's retro Sony, man. I'm like, you're out of your gosh darn mind.
What were they selling? So you're saying are you saying that they were selling old PSP games, or are you saying that they were selling blank UMDs?
They were selling old PSP games that were on, obviously.
Well, all PSP games are on UMDs.
True. It was UMDs, and it was the games, and it was the movies as well.
Yeah, that's right, because they sold movies. Mm-hmm. I remember some DS had some movies and TV shows too on cartridge.
Yeah, the little Game Boy ones. They
weird.
had Sonic and some other Nickelodeon shows.
Yeah.
This was on the bubble of before streaming.
Yeah, well, that was probably a few years. No, that was like 5 or 6 years at least before they even thought about streaming. Really,
that's true. It was really, really cool as a kid to have those. Just be able to pop in a movie and just play it.
I don't think I ever used it once.
I had a pretty big collection of UMD movies for
really?
PSP.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, after a while, they would break.
Yeah, you use it like twice, and it's just unusable.
And the worst thing ever is when you just beg your parents to take you to Best Buy, and you're like, "Hey, Mister, can you fix this?" I think
you mean Circuit City.
No, I took my UMDs to Best Buy, and I was like, "Hey, ThinkGeek, can you fix this?" And they were like,
"Yeah." You hand it to them, they just throw it in the trash. I fixed it.
But that was stealth. It's about it. It was a good movie.
What is that a real thing? Stealth?
Mm-hmm. It has Jamie Foxx in it.
The most. Oh no.
It's
Jamie Foxx is a very hit and miss actor.
This was a hit and miss movie. It was a bad movie. Now that I look back, essentially there's these really good fighter pilots. And
wait. Is this the movie that had that girl from Seventh Heaven?
Yes.
Holy! It's about a fighter pilot program, and they program a UI into this stealth bomber-looking ship, and of course it goes bad, and they have to fight the ship, the plane.
Yep. I used to watch that movie a lot.
I think I bought that. I didn't buy it. I'm sure my mom bought it. I think my mom bought that at Dollar General randomly.
Yeah. They're like, here you go.
I didn't watch it on UMD, though. I watched it on VHS.
Oh man, that's
Holy crap, that was in a late VHS.
yeah.
That was in like 2003 probably, at least. If not later.
Yeah, because it was yeah.
Maybe it was on DVD. I don't remember.
Who knows? But yeah, I watched that movie. I think I had Ice Age and so a couple other movies on UMD, but I don't miss them.
No, it's horrible. I took
I don't miss
several years ago now, at least. I remember GameStop announced that they were going to be they were going to stop taking UMDs, and I took every single one I had, and they're like, they took a bunch. Well, I say a bunch. They took several, and I had several left, and they I don't know exactly what they said, but something to the a tune of, we can't take these because of one reason or another. So I just left them on the counter and walked out.
That's right. That's
I don't want these.
I think GameStop did that to me with something. I forgot what I was trying to trade in. They're like, "Oh, we don't want these," and I was like, I'm not taking them back to my house." And I just left them on the counter.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't care. You can take them to your family. You can throw them away. But I'm leaving these on the counter. I'm walking out of the store.
Yeah, UNDs are awful. They're just the worst thing in the world.
They are. God, they're terrible.
Okay, yeah. Let's move on to some new games. We got Red Dead Redemption 2 has finally come out for the PC. I actually think it came out like a week ago, but I forgot. So apologies, but I've heard it's not running well. So you might want to wait for some updates before we pick it up.
Yeah, always wait for updates when it comes to PC games. Case in point, Call of Duty's had 4 updates since release.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not pretty. Terry Beauregard.
I think it's Terry Bogard.
Terry Bogard is out now for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Switch.
Jedi Fallen Order is coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC on November the 15th.
Manifold Garden is out now on Apple Arcade and PC.
Bee Simulator, that's right, Bee Simulator is coming out on November the 14th for PS4, Switch, PC, and Xbox One.
Maybe this will be the simulator.
It looks weird.
To get me into simulators.
You have to fight wasps.
I'm okay with that.
Sounds terrifying.
Wasps are terrible.
They are.
Tokyo Ghoul Recall to Exist is available November 15th on PS4 and PC.
Pokemon Sword and Shield is out November the 15th for the Switch. Super hyped about this game. I don't care what the haters say.
I got it preloaded, man.
Oh, yeah. I need to do that.
I honestly might take my Switch to work with me.
You got Shield.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I guess I'll get Sword. And then I guess you can just trade me the Unicorn Ponyta.
No, that's going to be my whole team. I'm going to EV train each of them differently.
Just catch 7. And then I'll get the 7th. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Fair enough.
Yeah.
5 Apple Arcade games.
I guess it's 5 more if you include Manifold Garden.
That's true.
Think about that.
If you have Apple Arcade, I said that weird.
He's Apple Arcade, like an old-timey gangster or something.
I was thinking about eating caramel apples, and I think that's the noises my mouth was trying to make. So, Monomals, Mosaic, Super Mega Mini Party, Jumpers John, Starfetched.
Now we got Minecraft Earth is coming to early access now in the UK on iOS and Android. Very interested to see how that turns out.
I think it's going to be almost a little bit sometimes popular.
I mean, Minecraft is so popular. I'm sure it'll be popular.
All the parents are going to have it on their phones for their kiddos to play with.
Yeah, I need to. I never really played Minecraft. Maybe I should play it one day.
Can we play it together?
No.
Dang it, I thought you said yes since I was asking you on the podcast. Monster Hunter and a Red Dead.
No, Resident Evil.
Resident Evil. In my head, I was like, Cowboys and Monster Hunter would be really cool. So it's Monster Hunter X Resident Evil is available November for PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah, it just said, I looked it up, it just says November. I don't know when in November, but I thought I'd let you guys know. I know there's a lot of Monster Hunter fans out there, and that might want to know about this. And I guess I gotta play now because Resident Evil, you got Claire and Leon in there.
Isn't it free on Game Pass?
I think it's free on the Xbox game. I don't think it's free on PC. Speaking of PC, a quick aside, I was trying to play. I had so much trouble with my Game Pass this past week. I wanted to play Outer Worlds, and like the game just wouldn't start. So I uninstalled it so I could reinstall it, and then it wouldn't install. And I mean, it sucks because I really, really like that game. I just want to play the game. I don't really know what to do. Maybe I should call Microsoft. I don't want to call like anybody, but
Put in a support ticket.
what does that mean?
Just you email Microsoft instead of calling. And just be like, yo, this is broken. Can you fix this?
Maybe I will.
And they might just copy and paste the same answers you already know.
Okay. Well, I mean, I tried everything. I went to Microsoft's the Game Pass troubleshoot website, and nothing that I tried helped. But I guess I don't know. I'll try. I really want to play that game. I love
The Outer
the Outer
Worlds?
Worlds. I like it a lot. And then let's move on to some big time news. First up, we got some news from IO Interactive. The new Hitman series has been lauded as one of the best franchises around ever since the debut of the reboot in 2016. Now, thanks to a documentary by NoClip, we have information on not only the third Hitman game, but a completely new project. CEO and co-founder Hakan Abrak told Danny O'Dwyer of NoClip that they have one last game planned for the series this go around, and it looks to be the biggest one as well. Quote, "The world of Assassin, when that's complete, is gonna be one game with all the locations starting from Paris in Hitman 1 to the last location in Hitman 3, or its 20 plus locations," end quote. He also said that they may return to 2016's episodic format, something that few, if any, games of note have attempted since the collapse of Telltale Games. Finally, as the first episode of the multi-part documentary closed, O'Dwyer had one last thing to say, quote, "While much of the team are working on new Hitman content and looking ahead to the third Hitman game, the majority of the studio, at least here in Copenhagen, is working on something secret and rather excitingly, something new," end quote.
I hope it's a Hitman MMORPG.
I don't think it's going to be Hitman.
That would be
Also,
okay. That'd be okay too.
Yeah, how would a Hitman MMO work?
Everybody's trying to kill everybody. Bounties.
That's just Call of Duty.
But Call of Duty's not an MMO. It would be like it would be a simulation. So think about Sims, but open world MMO. Everybody has a house.
Awful.
And you have bounties on yourself, and everybody has like different assassination skills. Maybe your paper boy is actually an assassin, or your Pilates teacher is actually trying to seduce you to get into your house to kill you.
Everyone is an assassin. You don't. There's no questioning. Are they an assassin? Everyone's an assassin.
Yeah, but you never know.
It's a hitman. No, you do.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, when are they actually going to try to kill me? And it might
Constantly.
But it might be 3 years later in game time.
It's not going to be. It's going to be every time you play the game.
No, maybe it's just, you gotta. Maybe you're not on somebody's bounty today.
You're going to be.
In my perfect world I have in my head, it doesn't work like that.
I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a new IP.
It probably will be. I mean, it'd be stupid for them to do a Hitman MMORPG, but I can dream, can't I?
It's been a minute since IO Interactive made a new franchise. If you don't know, they were owned by Square Enix, and Square Enix let go of them. It's been at least 2 years probably, but they actually kind of kindly let them hang on to the Hitman franchise. I think that was who did that, which is awesome.
They've done a really good job with it.
I have not played either one of the new Hitman games yet, and I really, really want to. I think those are 2 more games that I might pick up on the Steam holiday sale. I'm sure they'll be pretty cheap, especially the first one.
I think they were on sale the other day. I'm sure there'll be a Thanksgiving/Christmas sale though.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. I heard so many good things about especially the second one.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very, very much looking forward to playing those, and I'm interested to see. I think I don't know, but I think that they made the Kane and Lynch games. So
I'll have to look those up. I'm not familiar with those.
Yeah, I can't remember almost anything about them, but yeah, I think they made them. So I think in the documentary. By the way, go watch No Clip. I don't agree with a lot of what Danny O'Dwyer says, but that aside, I mean, I like No Clip. They do some good work.
I haven't played any of the Hitman games either, but I really enjoyed the movie and I like the premise of the universe. So I think I would.
You enjoyed the movie? Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I think I'll enjoy the games even more because the movie's shite.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Moving on to some PlayStation news, it's been a shaky year for the higher-ups at PlayStation, with the likes of Sean Layden, Gio Corsi, and more leaving for one reason or another. Now, as the holiday season is just around the corner, another leader of the company steps down, although this time it's a bit different. According to the story by outlet Polygon, president of Sony Interactive Entertainment Worldwide Studios, Shuhei Yoshida, has decided to step down. However, unlike Layden and others, Yoshida will not be leaving Sony. Instead, he will become the head of, quote, a newly formed initiative that will focus on nurturing external independent creators, end quote. Jim Ryan, president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, spoke about Yoshida's new role in the company, describing it as a heavy involvement with indie creators. Early in the PS4 lifespan, indie games were championed on the platform in no small part due to Yoshida, so this seems to be a great fit.
Yeah, early on, I remember when PS4 came out, they were definitely more focused on indies. It seems like they've kind of forgotten about them. I mean, they missed the 100 million now. They're probably gonna, of course they're gonna sell even more. They might get close to 120 million, even more by the time, all is said and done. So it will be nice to see more indies. Switch is kind of, I guess, in PC to a lesser extent, but mainly Switch, I would say, has become my indie machine, especially Metroidvanias and other platformers.
I will say that the last indie game I played on the PS4 was Erica.
That wasn't really an indie though, because that was a. It was kind of an indie, but it was funded by Sony.
That's true. So, I guess it just made me. It felt like an indie game because it just how
it was just smaller.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, I don't know the last indie game I played on. Bastion was the last indie game I played on. But that's an old game. The game's several years old at least.
True.
Really good game, but it's old.
That game's an oldie, but a goodie. In the same press conference, Jim Ryan announced who would be replacing Yoshida, and it is not a big surprise. Herman Holst, managing director and founder of Guerrilla Games, creators of both Killzone and my personal favorite, Horizon Zero Dawn, will be taking the reins. Jim Ryan said of Holst in the press conference, quote, one of the most effective and well-respected leaders in the video game industry. He is a passionate advocate for the teams he leads and understands how to empower creative talent to build great experiences, end quote.
So congratulations to Holst on getting that gig. People loved Horizon, even though I really wasn't that big of a fan. I would never say it's a bad game. I just didn't really like the bow and arrow combat, but it's also a very pretty game, and I'm sure it's going to be getting a sequel sometime during the PS5's life cycle. But moving from new and exciting news to something less so, China is once again in the news, and for the wrong reasons. Website Mothership reports underage players in the country will now have a curfew of 10 p.m., lasting until 8 a.m. the next morning. The law also goes on to restrict how much money minors can spend in the online games per month. For those between the ages of 8 and 16, around $39 will be the max allowed, and if you are between the ages of 16 and 18, that goes up to $78. As for how this will be enforced, according to the New York Times, minors will be required to use real names and identification numbers when they log into gaming platforms. The local authorities will work with the police to set up real name registration system to enable gaming companies to check the identity of their users against the national database. There does not seem to be an official reasoning for this. Many are speculating, however, that it is a way for China to combat video game addiction, which has recently been categorized as a disease by some health organizations, albeit with backlash from fans and doctors alike.
First,
let me hop out. No, what?
I'm surprised you knew that song.
I don't. I just know that first.
That's all that matters.
Okay.
As long as you know the intro and outro of songs. The middle doesn't matter.
Okay.
First, get a VPN. Just use the VPN. Second.
Yeah. The next words in the article that I read said something to the tune, something like they're probably gonna figure out a way around this.
Oh yeah. Second, God bless the USA or whatever deity you want to worship, because no, thank you. I mean, granted, I'm not in these age brackets or anything, but
no.
Screw
it's
having
just
it.
Really, I don't know. It's pretty scary.
I get
that They
it.
can just
Like, I get it. It's a different universe over there. It might as well be a damn different planet. But
yeah.
what
It's
the crap?
the fact that they can monitor you like that, and
What
it's
the
pretty creepy.
What the heckity heck?
I don't. Some people. I could even see some people honestly, getting on board. Yeah, you can only spend $39 a month. Which, to be fair, I don't spend that much money on in-game because this isn't on video games as a whole.
Yeah.
This is on in-game items, cosmetics, and stuff. But still, I don't like anybody interfering with anybody's freedoms. So that's really gross. Same thing for the curfew. It's really weird and kind of dystopian.
Yeah, if they want to stay up till 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m. and play video games, let them.
That's between them and their family.
Exactly.
Now, if their mom was coming to smack them in the back of the head, hey, kid, I don't know who calls. I don't know what mom calls their son kid. Hey, kid.
That's much more polite than me inserting a Chinese name that I made up right there. So,
Bob.
That's much more polite than what I was going to say.
Yeah. Hey, Bob, get in bed, you idiot. You
Yeah.
got school at 8 a.m. and, you want to
It's
get
5
some sleep.
a.m. What are you doing? Just get off the Fortnites.
Yeah.
Or League of Legends or whatever you're playing.
Yeah, I definitely do not condone this. Even if video game addiction is 100% real in every way, this is still really bad. The government sticking their nose in something, especially where they don't have any. I don't even know why I said especially there. The government sticking their nose in a place where they didn't have it prior is never a good thing.
It's very simple. For most of the population on Earth, video games is a refuge. It's supposed to be fun and relaxing. Sometimes people get tilted, but that's just because we're not perfect. And I have a point that I'm going to make. Government, stay away from video games. Stay away from just everything like that.
Stay away from everything, period.
Just
about.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everything, obviously.
But still, let us just enjoy video games. If someone wants to have the free will of being able to stay up till noon the next day, down a Monster or whatever drink of their choice, let them do it.
You can't regulate people's
lives.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. And especially, you can't regulate an entire group of people because a few people in that group that have
addictions,
a quote disease.
I would technically say yes. Probably in every community in the world,
there are problems.
There are problems.
There are people who
and there are people that are legitimately 100% addicted to video games. They probably should be in some kind of treatment center for that.
Well, you can't force them to do that.
No, not at all. Because honestly, there's much
and they're
worse.
not harming anybody except themselves.
Exactly. If they want to put themselves in financial suicide for a video game, sure, let them do it.
It's their prerogative.
Yep.
It's like you can't force McDonald's to, as long as what they're putting in the burger basically is edible and isn't going to straight up kill you, that you can't force them to only have salads.
Yep. I try not to get riled up.
You can't force people to go eat at this place over here because it's healthier. They have options. They have the freedom to choose, and that's similar in this case.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that China's trying to do this. They always are just trying to be the big brother, putting their thumb down on people.
That's like China's MO. Yeah. Definitely.
And I definitely am not speaking from personal experience at all. I've never been to China. I don't ever want to go because
it sucks. They have a rich, as someone who was a history major, they have a rich and interesting history, but
yeah,
a lot of places have a rich and interesting history that I don't want to go to.
That's true. So for all of our Chinese listeners, we hope you either, one, this doesn't get super mega enforced, or two, you find a way around it.
Yeah, let's move on to some deals, though. Unfortunately, this was a fairly short episode. I know last week we had a pretty hefty one, but we had BlizzCon, and we had a bunch of news from EA and stuff. But we do have some deals for you. The first up, there's going to be some PlayStation Now games that have been added to this service. Persona 5, Middle-earth? Yeah. Shadow of War, the Lord of the Rings game, and Hollow Knight have all been added to the service.
That's awesome. Also, for your Valkyrian Chronicles 4 lovers, you get some free DLC.
Okay, so Valkyria Chronicles 4 has basically, I believe, given away all. They're giving away all their DLC that they've ever released for free.
Yep.
So go check it out if you're interested in that.
Twitch, if you made merry with your Amazon account and your Twitch account, you can get these games for free. Double Cross, Darksiders 2, Definitive Edition, Planet Alpha, Sword Legacy, Omen, and Turmoil.
Those are all available now, obviously, on your PC. All right, now before we go into our intro and our thanks and whatnot, we are going to play a little game that, honestly, I do not know the name of. I haven't figured out a name. But what we do is we look through Game Informer's top 300, spin the big old wheel and pick a random game out of their issue 300, and then we look up, apparently, according to Game Informer, one of the greatest games of all time, and we compare it to one Metacritic review that has not been so kind. So we're going to spin the wheel, and we're going to see what this lands up on.
And it's going to be Persona 5.
All right. Hold on. I got my Metacritic pulled up. All right. I just clicked on the negative reviews, basically. And, okay. So, this review, normally I like to kind of have the goofy ones. But, honestly, I really can't stand this review. So, I thought I'd share it. All right. Sadly, another dated turn-based JRPG game with mechanics that grow tired and stale within a short amount of time, grinding, recycling the same mechanics, look, and gameplay from 3 generations ago. While critics are working PR overtime to sell people on this exclusive title, it wears out its welcome extremely quickly in the modern era. In an era where JRPGs, he likes the word era a lot, are free on mobile/tablet, you have to do more than the bare minimum, and sadly this game does not cut it in this day and age, similar to Tokyo Mirage Sessions. By the way, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is good. It's not Persona 5, but it's good. Dated gameplay aspects, excessive filler, and padding, and the very questionable cultural setting/choices for regular gaming audiences in the West make this game a complete drag. Music is also extremely grating. Learning more from modernized JRPGs would have been a smarter move. Do not let the blind devotion to anime and anything, quote, Japanese, otaku culture fool you with this one. Save your money for Yakuza, maybe, one of the few, by the way, not an RPG, one of the few worthwhile Japanese exclusives. I really hate this review. This guy doesn't know. He gave it a 1, by the way, a 1 out of 10. One of the greatest JRPGs ever made. He gave a 1 out of 10. This is one of the best looking games ever made. This game has one of the best soundtracks ever made. It has, quote, tired turn-based JRPG tactic or gameplay because it's a turn-based JRPG. I don't even know if you played this game. I don't know if this is a real review. He compares. He says in an era when JRPGs are free on mobile, what are you gonna compare Fire Emblem, the stupid mobile game to this? Shut up. Like you're so dumb. You sound like you honestly didn't play this game. You sound like you didn't play this game. And also, I really hate this quote. Critics are working PR overtime. Critics don't do this. If they did, they'd lose their job. Just shut up. You're an idiot. Play Persona 5. It's amazing.
It is beautiful. It does have good music.
I can't believe he said it has bad graphics and music. You're out of your mind.
I want to find this
person. He says it has the same look from 3 generations ago as a PS1.
Yeah.
Shut up. You're an idiot.
And I've seen the first Persona. This looks much better.
Well, yeah, it's 20 years later.
So, that's the show. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We definitely appreciate you listening to it, because without y'all, we wouldn't be able to do this. Well, we probably still would do this, but it'd be very sad and boring.
If no one was listening, that'd be pretty depressing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you can go on iTunes, or I don't think Apple's, they're trying to do away with iTunes, but you can go on iTunes and give us five stars. Obviously, you can listen on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Yeah, Google Podcast, everywhere. You can also ask your home speakers or digital assistants to play us, and it should work, hopefully.
I don't know anybody who does that.
I ask my Google Home to
I ask
play
my
podcast
Google
every once in
Home
a
the
while.
time. Correct.
But the only reason
Weather.
I stopped doing that is because it doesn't link up to the app I use, so I don't get the stats, and I like knowing how many days and hours and stuff I've listened to podcasts.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Also, you can follow me at Ryan Divisions. You can follow Jordan at Aswaylock, or the podcast at
Wannabe Podcast on Twitter. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Wannabe Gaming.
Let's see, anything else?
If you don't have any social media for any reason, you can email the show.
Yeah, that's right.
WannabePodcast@gmail.com. That is open to suggestions to the show, like a topic you might want us to cover or questions you might want us to answer on the show, anything like that. And you're more than welcome to email us.
Yeah, thank you to the Heatley Brothers for the music.
And Alicia for our art.
And we also have a couple of side projects that we've been doing. Jordan's been working on a podcast called Subtitled, where he watches anime, specifically kind of more obscure anime, and he talks about them. I'm assuming that's available on most services.
It's available on everything.
On YouTube? You can put it on YouTube?
I haven't put it on YouTube yet. I haven't started that. I've thought about it just because it's an easy thing to do, but the current distributor I have of that doesn't do that. So I would have to just marry the two together and upload it myself. So maybe I'll change platforms for that in the future and do it on YouTube. Maybe.
Yeah, and then I am doing something called Games Cubed. That's going to be on Medium and Video Game Amino. I still have not finished the one up the. It's right. That's what I mainly do. Also, I'm on YouTube, but I haven't done anything with YouTube. But I'm writing an article, if you want to call it that, about Twitch and Mixer mainly. I want to say I'm almost done, but I said that last time, and I ended up completely starting over from scratch. But I will try to have this out by the end of the week on Medium and on the Video Game Amino app. I don't know if they have a separate app anymore, but you can look up Amino on, I think it's on Apple and Android, and then you can join the video game community and read all about it.
There you go. And again, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Share with all your friends. Whatever you're listening to this in, I'm sure there's a share button. Just go ahead and hit that and throw it wherever you want on the internet for someone else to enjoy. That's it. Bye-bye.
Play on.